Hi, my name is Helen. I am a personal trainer and I'm going to take you through a workout that's really appropriate for beginners. So, if you are intermediate or advanced, this will not be for you unless potentially coming back from injury or maybe even first few workouts postnatal if you used to exercise before. Otherwise, all we're going to do is we're going to start with a warm up. We're going to do the workout. It's going to be 3 rounds of exercises and then we finish at the end with a little stretch. The only thing you need to have is a chair or a sofa or a bed or basically something you can sit on. So that's the only thing we're going to use. Otherwise, it's body weight. And then let's get going. I'm actually going to take my jumper off for this. Right, so I'm just going to start by warming up the spine. So grab some space, bring your hands onto your thighs, and just going to round your back and then arch your back. Tuck your chin as you tuck your bum, and then lift your tailbone as you look up. So just rounding and arching your spine to warm it up a little bit. Squat and side bend. Take your feet a bit wide in the hips. Push your hips back and down, and then reach up and bend to the side. And then just repeat each side every time after you squat. So you're sitting back as if you're going to sit on a chair, but just picture the chair's quite high at the moment while we're still warming up. And then squat, and then you're going to tap your leg back. So squat down, and then just tap back, lean forward. Squat again, and tap back the other leg. Tap. Squat, tap. Hips back and down, and then lean forward. Perfect. And then just to swing the arms forward and back to get a dynamic stretch. So moving stretch of your chest and of your back. The reason why we like to do a warm up is if we just start from cold, the muscles aren't actually about like stretchy or pliable. So we can sometimes pull them too much. Whereas if we just start by moving our feet, getting the blood pumping, it starts to standing cat and cows again. Just make the muscles be a little bit more kind of limber so they can take a bit more load. Gets the blood pumping through the body, the oxygen flowing, the heart rate lifted, and it's also a great time just mentally as well as physically prepare yourself for the workout. Perfect. Back to the squat and the side bend. Thinking about maybe the chair's being moved a little bit lower now. Maybe you can bend a little bit further. But throughout this entire workout, you need to work within your capabilities, within your limitations, and with your range. So if you need to take extra breaks, then do squat and tap back. Squat, tap back. Squat, tap back of the leg. So just because I'm doing something one way, you can go, whoops, bigger or smaller. Or if you need to shake off and take rest, you do that. I'm here to guide you through a workout, but your body is the biggest guide out of all. And then open and close your chest, swing arms forward and back. I'm not wearing my trainers, and I'm wearing some cute socks that my friend got me. They are, let me see, kiwis with smiley faces on. Oh, precious. Yes, perfect. And have a little shake off, have a sip of water. So yeah, I'm hopefully just got a little bit of pumping, a little bit more breathy than you were before you started. So we're going to do 5 exercises back to back. They're going to be 30 seconds at each exercise, and we're doing 3 rounds. If you think 1 round is plenty, you stop at 1, just go as far as you can. And when it comes to the first one, we're going to be doing sitting down and standing up. If you need something high to sit on, just add pillows. So the first one, bring your fingertips on the temples, and we're going to side bend side to side. You're going to bend to the right and then bend to the left. Side bends are one of my favorite exercises, which if you know me, you'll know this, because it feels really nice as you're doing it, I think. So if you need to be a little bit higher, then do. But what we're doing is we're stretching the side waist, and then it squeezes to come back up. And the next day, I always feel it in my sides, and I like that. Perfect. So the second exercise where we sit down, stand up. So we're just simply going to sit down on your sofa, chair, bed, whatever you've got, and then stand back up again. Take your feet just wider than your hips. I sometimes like to start sitting just so I know it's there and I'm safe. Then lean forward and stand up. Sit down again. So again, it's just like a squat, but the only difference is we're coming to kind of a dead stop. If this is too low and you struggle, you can either use your hands on your legs or use cushions and pillows to just boost it up a little bit more so it's not quite as low and it's a little bit easier to stand up from. And then do you notice I'm kind of leaning forward a little bit? So lean forward a little bit as I push back and I stay leaning forward to stand up. That's what I want you to do to start getting your technique good for squats. Right, we're going to step out some star jumps. Start with your hands by your side, your feet together, and the arms are going to go high and wide as you step 1 foot out and in. So you're going to go out together, out together. Let's go out together, out and together. Your arms, they're going to want to do this. Small and bend at the elbows. But try and make them as straight as you can and as big as you can. So the bigger our range we do, you're going to start feeling again the heart rate pumping a little bit more. We're working more of the shoulder joint than we would have otherwise. Nice, perfect. Coming to an incline push-up. So again, using your sofa or your chair, come down to all fours. And then I'll give you an option if this is too much, you can't get to the floor, by the way. Take your hands underneath your chest and then bend your elbows and push back up. Bend your elbows, push back up. So if it's too much and you struggle to get down on the floor, you can do this standing either against a wall or, for example, I've got a sideboard here. I can do the same thing where I bend and push and bend and push. I usually like the kitchen counter is normally a really nice height for being able to do it standing and not getting down to the floor. So you choose again within your house, your range, your capabilities. And a little shake up, get up, and we're going to do repeat knees. It's like that tap back. We're going to tap in, tap back on repeat. Nice and fast, we'll do 15 seconds on each leg. So I'll show you, bend your legs and tip forward, and then tap your right leg back, tap it in. So you're going to tap back, tap in, tap back, tap in, tap back, tap in. And we're trying to aim for a bit of pace. The leg that is on the floor not moving is the leg that's doing the work. If you need less, you tap back smaller. If you want more, tap back further. Now switch your legs, step in and switch. And I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit of burning building up in your thighs, a little bit puffed out in the breath. And you'll notice my arms are, you can do what you want, you can have your hands rest on your hips, but the more body parts moving, the higher the heart rate, have a rest. So if you're moving a little bit more, you'll probably notice you get a little bit more puffed out. And the other thing as well is if we're stepping one leg back, it can be nice for balance just to have it as like counterbalance basically. I'm going to have a little sip as well. That's 1 round done. The following 2 rounds are exactly the same, no changes. So if 1 round, like I said, was enough for you, you can just pause here. I'll skip towards the end, the final few minutes, and do the stretch. It's important to stretch after we work out, just as important it is to warm up before. If not, you're staying with me. Let's give it a go. Feet just underneath the hips, fingertips on the temples. Just squeeze your upper back so your chest is open, and then bend side to side. Now take your time with these. Some people want to just swing around side to side, but we want to really feel the stretch and then feel the squeeze as it comes back up. Stretch and squeeze. Generally, the aim sometimes, especially when working strength exercises, is to work slower so your muscles have to really control each movement. When we're doing cardio, often, so cardio is when you're trying to get your heart rate up, that's when we want to go a little bit faster to get the heart pumping. Have a little break, have a little shake. Sit down, stand up. Again, I personally really like to do this starting where I sit down. Just use my hands just so I can feel it's there, but it's up to you. And then lean forward to stand. Sit down, and your attempt is to not plonk down if you can avoid it. So even if that means you get about here and then you have a little plonk, that's fine. But just for as much as you can, you're aiming to control the move as much as possible. Control on the way back up. Tough to do. You should feel the difference when you slow it down. Again, like I'm saying, controlling the exercise, controlling the muscles, limiting momentum when we work on our strength. Oh, I stood up and say that, have a little shake off, stepping star jumps. So the difference, if you do want to go a little bit more, is to just bend your legs a little bit. Now we're just going to see a little bit more heat building. So we're going out and together with a bit of a bent leg. So out and together, out and together. This again is a cardio move. So rather than moving necessarily slowly, this is one of the ones where we want to give it a little bit of oomph, a little bit of energy as we tap, tap, long arms. Yes. or so I call this one as instructor hands. Really think spread your hands rather than have them relaxed. Just get everything feeling really big and strong. Nice, perfect incline push-ups. Choosing if you want to use a high rating or come down to the floor on your knees. If you felt that actually the knees was a bit easy, you can also use your incline and do it on the toes. But do not feel pressure to do that. If I'm on my pillow, just push me in the face. If you're not ready, I'm going to scooch across. The perks of working out at home. Now, push-ups are tough. What you're going to think about is your boobs, or your chest, being over the kind of the target and in line with your hands. We tend to want to take the hands out in front, because we're going to shift the weight forward to really work the chest muscles. So really load your upper body. Nice. Getting up off the floor. Repeat your knees, one leg first, then the other. I always recommend starting on the same first leg, because then it's had sufficient amount of break. This time, can you bend any more to start with? And then tap back, tap in, tap back, tap in, tap back, tap in. Can you tap back any further? You're going to find yourself coming more upright or straightening the front leg as you come in. Try and keep it bent, switch legs. So this is what people tend to end up doing. And my challenge to you is keep it bent. Only the moving leg moves, the other one just stays in position. And that's where you're going to start to feel they're burning, they're burning, they're burning, and relax. That moves a bit of cardio and strength, because you're moving, which is going to get the old heart rate, but we're stabilizing with this leg. This is just still and stable, no movement. So this one's getting really strong. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you up for the third round? No pressure. I'm like, oh, but no pressure. You do you. See if you can. See what we can get out of the third round. Aiming for everyone at the end to feel fatigued. So if you're there, perfect. Side bend, squeeze the upper back muscles. Take your time to bend to the side, push back up. Take your time. Maybe by round 3, you're able to increase your range a lot, or maybe by round 3, you're a little bit more tired, you might need to reduce. But by taking it nice and slow, means you're going to have to, you can feel, and again, meet your body where it's at now. Let me know if you feel these in your waist tomorrow. Nice, coming to our sit down and stand up. Now I've got a little challenge for you if you're feeling quite strong on these. That's to tap down, tap your bum on the floor, on the sofa or a chair, and not actually sit all the way. So lifting up slow, and then trying to maybe get just a tap, and then lift up again. So it's not that I'm not getting down there, I'm not staying up here. We're still really working on our full squat range, which is about 9 with ease, but just lifting up and holding ourselves with the muscles instead. There's benefits to both, by the way. When you come to a dead stop, you have to restart again and fire up more muscles. So this is why it's fun to just get a feel, different feel in each round if it's within you. Or within you sounds quite magical, doesn't it? And release, a little shake. Stepping out side jumps. Now, if you want more again, bend your knees even more. So start really low on your legs. Start with the hands down low, and we're going out together, out together. But if it gets too much, just bring up a little bit higher. If you're feeling like, do you know what I could take? Maybe a little bit of a hop, then you can maybe try the little hop, dropping your feet out together, out together. But if that is too high impact in terms of how your joints are feeling, how you are, how your neighbours might appreciate it, then yes, stepping out is perfect as well. We never have to add jumps. Perfect, incline push-ups. Using a side of some sort, maybe coming down to the floor. And the first thing to try and do is just shift your weight forwards. So you feel your weight balancing on your arms. Make sure the hips haven't sagged or arched like this. And keep the bum up in line with the shoulders. And let's go, just bend the elbows and straighten them. This is really tough to do with the upper body. And it's really hard to isolate the upper body because again, the hips are going to want to come down and up with you, or the back's going to want to arch. And your challenge is to keep your spine exactly as it is, and just move your elbows. Yes, well done. Jumping up off the floor repeatedly to finish. Half the time with the one leg, half the time with the other. How low can you go? How far can you tap back? Bend. Tap back. Option, instead of tapping in, is to pull your knee in towards your chest. So that's going to be a little bit more unstable. You're going to have to use your core a little bit more to pull the leg in. But again, this is where I commonly see most people come out of the leg. So really try and keep that front leg bent. Switch your legs. Tap and pull, or tap and tap. How fucking tap. Yes, well done. Have a little shake off. Ooh, have a little sip of water. Ooh, gotta burn a leg. And so we finish now with a stretch. And the benefits of the stretching, you know how I said in the start, something is about like mentally preparing yourself. The stretching is also as well as re-lengthening the muscles. So when we contract a muscle, make it smaller, the goal is we relax and get it back to normal length again. And the other thing is it helps calm the nervous system down. So when we exercise, that is placing stress on the body. The nervous system is go, 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 and it's just bringing it back to normal. So just place your hands on the lower back, roll back your shoulders and squeeze your elbows in towards one another. And then if you don't feel this in your chest, maybe lace your fingers behind. Some people like to just pull the hands apart like this. If you've got a door frame, you can also put your hands on the door frame and lean forward, and that'll get you a nice stretch right in here. We hold each stretch for 20 to 30 seconds to give it time to actually relax. Nice. I'm going to hold on to something to balance if you need to, and stretch the quads at the front of the thigh. So hold on if you need, find your balance and pick up your foot, pull the heel in towards your butt. Now some people can't get hold of their foot, in which case I find again, if you've got something like your sofa, you can put your foot in there and then just maybe reach towards there to grab it or loop it round with something, or going a little higher and then just gently pressing back and hoping to feel that stretch on the front of the thigh. So again, if your flexibility means you can't grab the foot yet, that's okay. There are ways. Switching your legs, have a little shake off. Hold on for balance if you need. I think it's really important to work on balance, but separately. When we're working the flexibility or stretch, we've got to do the stretch. So hold on if you need to, and then grab the foot if you can. Tuck your pelvis under, so you're pushing your hips forward and almost thinking about moving your knee away from your hip and then pulling your heel up away from your knee, and that's going to give you this stretch. It wants to feel slightly uncomfortable at the start, and then it should feel like it relaxes. If it ever feels painful, you've gone a little bit too deep into your stretch. That's perfect. And release. Have a little shake off. We're going to stretch the whole of the back of the body. Just take your feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees and fold your body forwards, and you should feel a stretch down the backs of the legs, the back, into the neck. If it's too much being all the way folded forward, just come up and rest on your thighs. And again, just relax your body forward. If you find it you get a bit dizzy, just keep your head up a little bit. We're thinking about just picking the bum away from the knees to get that hamstring stretch. And then slowly take your time, round your back and roll your way up. Give your whole body a decent shake off. Give yourself a big round of applause. Whatever you did today, you did the hardest part by pressing play. That is tough. So well done. Really well done. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you got a decent workout. If you've got any questions or feedback, please do get in touch with me. My name is Helen. And if you've got other plans, I've got other plans if you wanted to follow along for at home. But thank you again. Well done.